You're sitting there on a Friday night, staring at your phone, heart pounding like a drum because he's been radio silent for days. You've been dating this guy for months. Great chemistry, fun dates, those deep talks that make you feel seen. But now, when things should be heating up, he's pulling back, dodging the "what are we" chat like it's a landmine. Sound familiar? If you're nodding right now, you're not alone. In this video, we're diving deep into the unspoken struggles of waiting for his commitment and what you can do about it. Stick around because by the end, you'll feel empowered, not stuck. Let's get into it. Honestly, I've seen this play out so many times in my work as a content strategist who's obsessed with love psychology and how our brains mess with our hearts. Picture Sarah, this fictional character I created based on real stories from women like you. She's a 28-year-old marketing whiz, confident at work but a total wreck in dating. She meets Jake at a coffee shop, classic meet cute. They hit it off, texting nonstop, weekends together binge-watching shows. But after 3 months, when she hints at exclusivity, Jake ghosts her for a week, then breadcrumbs with a casual "miss you" text. Sarah's left wondering, what did I do wrong? That's the silent agony of situationships in modern dating, where everything feels real until commitment talk hits the fan. Let's be real here. The psychology behind why men pull away is fascinating but frustrating. Research from Psychology Today points out that a lot of this stems from childhood fears. Guys might have grown up with distant parents or watched messy divorces, wiring their brains to see commitment as a trap. It's like their inner kid screaming, "Don't get too close, it'll hurt." One study on online daters, over 36,000 people, found that men often score lower on commitment readiness because of these deep-seated issues. They're not always villains. Sometimes it's emotional unavailability kicking in as a shield. If I'm being honest, it makes me a bit melancholy thinking about how many healthy relationships get sabotaged by this. Diving deeper into love psychology, attachment styles are huge here. Ever heard of them? There are 4 main ones: secure, anxious, avoidant, and disorganized. Secure folks commit easily, but avoidant types? They're pros at pulling away. A study from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology shows that avoidant attachment, often from inconsistent caregiving as kids, makes people fear intimacy. They crave connection but bolt when it gets real, worried about losing independence. Take my fictional buddy Tom. He's avoidant to the core. Grew up with a mom who was hot and cold, so now in his 30s he loved bombs at the start, all those grand gestures. But as soon as his girlfriend wants to meet the family, he's gaslighting her with, "You're being too needy." It's a classic sign of a toxic relationship, and ladies, if you're anxious attached, this push-pull dynamic hits you hardest, leaving you chasing that high. You know what I mean? That reminds me of the time I advised a friend through something similar. She was in this endless wait with a guy who pulled away every time things got serious. Research from the Berkeley Wellbeing Institute backs this up. Commitment issues often link to fear of vulnerability, where men, and honestly, people in general, worry about getting hurt. Effects? It erodes emotional intelligence in relationships, making communication a battlefield. One partner ends up overcoming trust issues alone, while the other stays stuck. Long story short, it's why so many women suffer in silence, doubting their worth. But here's the thing. Why do men disrespect women who actually like them? It's tied to their own insecurities. A Forbes Health article on commitment issues explains that emotional unavailability can stem from past traumas, like failed relationships or even cultural pressures saying, "Real men don't commit fast." Believe it or not, some guys pull away because they're scared of their own feelings. A 2023 study in the European Journal of Social Psychology looked at commitment asymmetry, when one person's more invested, and found it leads to breakups faster. The less committed one feels overwhelmed, so they breadcrumb or ghost to regain control. It's kind of like that rubber band theory in dating advice. They stretch away to test if you'll snap back. If I'm being honest, this makes me worry for all the amazing women out there building love languages with someone who's not fluent. Gary Chapman's work on love languages shows how mismatched ones amplify problems. Maybe your words of affirmation clash with his acts of service avoidance. And in marriage counseling circles, experts say rebuilding trust starts with spotting signs early. For what it's worth, I've got 6 key talking points here, backed by research, to help you navigate this mess. First, attachment styles dictate commitment vibes. Avoidant men pull away to protect themselves, per PMC research on romantic attachments. It's not about you, it's their wiring. Second, childhood roots run deep. Psychology Today lists 8 fears, like losing freedom, from adolescent experiences. Explains why some guys see relationships as cages. Third, emotional unavailability is a defense. Healthline notes it's often from past hurts, causing effects like stunted communication in relationships. Fourth, pull-away triggers include stress. A 2017 study on conflict withdrawal shows it delays emotional recovery for both partners, turning minor issues into major rifts. Fifth, modern dating traps like situationships fuel this. Mind-Body Green research highlights how breadcrumbing and love bombing create false hope, eroding self-esteem. Sixth, overcoming it requires boundaries. Studies on relationship satisfaction emphasize setting clear ones boosts trust. Think I need clarity or I'm out. At the end of the day, ladies, you deserve healthy relationships where communication flows and trust rebuilds effortlessly. The way I see it, waiting in silence only feeds the cycle. So, what to do when he pulls away? First, boost your emotional intelligence. Reflect on your patterns. How to communicate with your partner. Be direct but compassionate. Hey, I feel uncertain. Let's talk. Relationship tips like these from Talkspace can fix things if he's willing. But if it's toxic, gaslighting, constant unavailability, walk away. Overcoming trust issues means prioritizing you. To be perfectly honest, I'm optimistic because I've seen women flip the script, like my made-up character Lisa, who after months of waiting, set boundaries and found a guy who matched her energy. It's nostalgic thinking back to my own dating mishaps. Frustrating, but they taught me empathy. When push comes to shove, you're building a community here of strong women who support each other. In a nutshell, don't let his issues dim your shine. If this resonated, drop a comment below. What's your biggest struggle in waiting for commitment? Like if you're ready for better dating advice, and subscribe for more on relationship problems, how to fix a relationship, and signs of a toxic relationship. Talk soon.